Let's look at the third stanza. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love, tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless nights. On their slag heap, these children, where skins peep through by bones and spectacles of steel with mended glass, like bottle bits on stones, all of their time and space are foggy slum. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Here, the poet is telling that Shakespeare is wicked. So, why Shakespeare wicked? Because they don't know who Shakespeare is, they don't know what he is famous for, and they don't even know or they don't even get a chance to learn the material what he has written. So, even the basic education is not properly fulfilled for these children. So, that's why the poet says that Shakespeare is wicked. And why is the map a bad example? What map is there in the classroom? There's a world map in the classroom which shows all beautiful places around and which these children have no access to. And when these children look at all these beautiful things that are there around them, they too have a longing for these things. They also want to be loved by other people. They also want to look at the sun and go to other beautiful places that are around. So, hence, they are tempted to steal. And these children, they live in tiny, tiny houses which the poet is calling as cramped holes because the space is very small. So he's saying that these cramped holes, which are their houses, will slowly turn their lives into an endless night. That means they have no bright future at all. There is no hope for them in the future at all. So from now it is foggy and now then it's going to become an endless night. That means their future is going to be a total darkness. So these children are sitting on their slag heap. What is a slag heap? Slag heap is a pile of waste material. So the slum in which they live itself is looking very dirty with all the dirt surrounding their living areas. So these children are sitting on this dirt all the time, and these children wear skins peep through by their bones. That means they are so thin and malnourished that their skins look like their clothing, and what is seen through them, their bones are peeping through their skins, and spectacles of steel with mended glass. They also wear spectacles which are made of steel and mended glass. What is mended glass? Glass that is broken and stuck together. So these lines are just emphasizing how poor they are and how they are immersed in poverty all the time. They don't have proper clothes to wear, they don't even have proper food to eat, and even some of them wear spectacles which are broken and stuck together like bottle bits on stone. It's like how broken pieces of glass stuck together on a stone. And all of their time and space are foggy slum. So all of their time and space, where even the space they sit and even their time, that is, he's talking about the present and the future. Everything is full of fog. That is no clarity at all for them about their future. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Here, the poet is so worried about the injustice done to these children, about their deprivation, and how they are fully immersed in poverty. So, he is telling that there is no use of the world map that is there inside the classroom, and there is no use of pictures that are shown to them through this world map. So, he is saying instead of showing those beautiful pictures and other images, it is better to mark that world map with this slum which is as big as a big disaster or a doom. So here are some of the tough words and their meanings used in this stanza. So let's look at the literary devices. Metaphor. Their homes are very small like holes and they are called as cramped holes. Simile, he is saying that like bottle bits on stone. So the word like is used, so you know it's a simile. Alliteration, the sound of is repeated, so from fog. So let's look at the last stanza. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open, history theirs whose language is the sun. Here, the poet is trying about the people who are in charge of this school and the area itself, the governor, the inspector, or any other visitor. Now, these are the people who can come and do or act in certain ways so that the life of these kids can be changed. So, the poet is here very angry and feeling that these people who should be actually taking care of these kids are ignorant and they do not want to do any or provide any help to these kids at all. So he's saying that unless these people come and do some help, their world will not be changed. And they have to see to it that the world map, what is there inside the classroom, should become a reality to them. They should have access to all that is shown to them via the pictures. So, if no improvement is done, these children will be shut in their holes like catacombs. That means they'll all be buried there alive with no improvement at all. So, what he is telling them? He is telling them to break open. So, he wants these children to break open their shackles and come out of the poverty. Only then there can be some kind of change or improvement in their lives. So he wants these children to break open the poverty, shackles of poverty, and come out of their slums. He wants them to go or run into the green fields. That means open, beautiful space that is full of greenery around, and he wants them to breathe in some fresh air also and make their world run ashore on gold sands. So he wants these kids to experience sands and the beauty of nature. Now, once they start experiencing the beauty of nature, they will have a desire to get educated. So, and let their tongues run naked into books. That means let them read and write and get educated. The white and green leaves open. Here, white and green leaves refer to the pages of notebooks. So, history is theirs whose language is the sun. So, the poet is telling that only people with the language of the sun, here, language of the sun represents education and knowledge. Only such people will be able to create history or make a mark for themselves in history. Such people will, with education, can get progress in life and they will be able to paint or have a bright future for themselves. So let us look at the literary device. Only one device is used, metaphor. So the green and white leaves, and they are referred to as books. I hope you liked today's video. For more interesting videos, do subscribe to my CBSE English teacher. Like, share and give your valuable comments. Thank you for watching.